up, y'all? It's John Masterly here, and as a former executive in the entertainment industry, I wanted to check out Disney Plus to really see if it lives up to its reputation. So much hype has been going into this new streaming service that it's almost unfathomable that Disney will fail at this. This is something that is very clearly at the top of their "we must get this right" list.
Disney Plus is the newest kid on the block, joining rivals including Netflix, Amazon, and Apple in the competitive race to achieve streaming supremacy. Disney revealed that its service surpassed 10 million subscribers and 3.2 million mobile app downloads within its first 24 hours.
So that's pretty impressive, right? That's about $60 million that they're generating each month now, which is over 700 million, probably close to $1 billion generated for the year. So yeah, Disney has done this really, really well. I mean, been probably one of the smartest things that they've launched in a really long time. They clearly studied the competitive landscape and try to figure out, all right, what do we offer? What can we bundle together here that makes it so compelling that you have to subscribe? Well, now, first off, Disney clearly has a big library, but it absolutely does not compete with the kind of library that currently Amazon has and Netflix does. So if you can't beat them in volume, you have to beat them in the type of content that instantly conjures up, I want that. Star Wars, Marvel, Disney. I mean, seriously, the three biggest brands in entertainment today, all under one roof, all under one service. That alone, I think, probably would have gotten them a good 75% of their subscribers today. Now, how do you get the rest of them?
Disney Plus comes in on the lower end of the streaming spectrum with a monthly rate of $6.99 or $69.99 for an entire year in the US. You can even bundle ESPN Plus, Hulu with commercials, and Disney Plus for $12.99 per month if that's your fancy.
Well, I think that price point makes a huge difference. The fact that it's so much lower feels like almost chump change, right? If you say something's about $6, it's almost like a no-brainer thought of, I'm just gonna subscribe. This is actually the main reason why I ended up getting Disney Plus, and I got the full year deal because they made it so compelling at such a low price for you to get in early. I'm almost certain that they're going to increase the price of this in about a year or two, but getting it early was a really smart business strategy for them. Not only am I going to subscribe, I'm going to subscribe and forget about it. And I think Netflix at this point has reached the price point where you are starting to think about how much it costs on a monthly basis. Now, one of my big gripes absolutely when this thing came out was the technical problems.
The streamer got off to a rough start, with technical difficulties resulting in thousands of subscribers unable to watch The Mandalorian and Avengers Endgame on launch day.
I am pretty sure it was not a couple of thousand. It definitely was a lot more than that. I ran into a lot of problems, actually. I absolutely knew that they were going to have a problem with the amount of people coming in on day one, which they determined was because of how they built the app in terms of the onboarding, right? Just didn't make the pipeline big enough. This always happens when you have a huge hyped sort of service which requires server connections, whether it's games or even a streaming service. And there's also these little glitchy things all throughout. Sometimes the show that I'm watching would stutter and then repeat itself. Sometimes it couldn't switch over to 4K. One time I even got a scenario where it was playing in a different language than English, and I couldn't figure out how to change it back. Like the captions just weren't working properly. A lot of these little things. But these are things that are very fixable. And I think it's one of those things that I think if you give it about a couple of months would be a non-issue. Like if you are getting this type of service in any other country outside of North America, it's going to be fixed by the time it gets to Europe, as an example.
The Mickey Mouse streamer is unfortunately only available in the US and Canada as of November 12th, with the UK and several locations in Europe, including Germany, France, Italy, and Spain, launching on March 31st, 2020.
Now, I am really curious about what the demographics is for the typical subscriber here, because I feel like it's actually in two different camps. One camp is for everyone who's in a family, right, who's got kids. The Disney content for sure would absolutely appeal to them. I can see a lot of families just subscribing for that reason alone, right, to keep the Rugrats happy and quiet and satiated. I think the other half actually is probably predominantly male, those who are really into Marvel and Star Wars stuff. Not just because of the existing library of stuff there, which is sizable, but I think it's a lot of the new stuff that Disney has indicated is coming. There's also all the new stuff from Marvel that's coming out. In addition to The Mandalorian, which is out right now, and one of the best shows we've ever seen on TV. Which is the main reason why I subscribe for a yearly subscription. I want to watch Mandalorian up front, but I'm willing to wait to see what Kevin Feige does with Marvel television here.
One frustrating aspect on the homepage stems from several repeat recommendations. For example, Avengers Endgame shows up multiple times.
But this same problem exists on Netflix and on Amazon. This is something that I wish every one of these streaming services would get right, but no one has so far.
It's a bit tiresome to see the same movie over and over. We would like a more varied list of recommendations.
Which actually goes to show you how difficult it is to create a searching index system that is able to filter something twice, because you have to pull each of those lists separately and then cross-index across each of those bars to make sure something doesn't show up more than once. Now, the other big gripe I have about Disney Plus is that it does not work with Vizio's platform for streaming content right now. And that's what I have. I have a Vizio TV. And for the most part, it works very seamlessly when I want to pull up Netflix or Amazon or even YouTube. They've already built it in. My sense is because all those platforms has paid Vizio to be front and center on their platform. Sounds like that kind of negotiations is still ongoing with Disney. So my first gripe was that it wasn't available easily for my TV, which means I had to find another way to watch it. So I took out my iPad, downloaded the Disney Plus app, tried to use the Google Cast on it, and boom, did not work. So that's when I had to switch to my third option, which was boot up my PlayStation, which is a bigger pain in the ass. There's just a lot longer load for the PlayStation. You have to use a joystick, which is still to me the most cumbersome and awkward and just unintuitive interface that is supposed to be a remote. I absolutely hate it. And that's what I'm stuck with today. Now, quite frankly, I think once I'm done with The Mandalorian, I think there isn't much for me to watch at this point. There isn't anything that calls me out. I'm not the kind of person that would go back and watch old TV series because I don't have the time anymore.
Proud addition to the Disney family and soon appearing on Disney Plus. I, for one, salute our new corporate overlords.
I love the old Simpsons as an example, but I can't afford to just sit there and grind through episode after episode.
What's up?
And all the Marvel movies, I think maybe beyond Ultron, which I've seen once, I've already seen every other Marvel movie like 2 or 3 times, so I have my fill, if you will. I'm just looking forward to the new Marvel stuff, and I'll wait for it. Whether or not I'll continue to stay subscribed to Disney after this year, well, that's going to be up to Disney, Netflix, Amazon, HBO, everyone to duke it out to win my attention. What I don't love is the fact that I still got to make a choice, which means that I am losing out on some amazing TV, amazing entertainment because everything is getting so stratified. That is fundamentally my biggest problem with Disney Plus and what they have done here. They managed to stratify this whole playing field even further. Sometimes competition isn't a good thing. All right, y'all, let me know what you think of this new Disney Plus service. If you subscribe to it, if you like it, what you're looking forward to, and if you think it was a good idea for Disney to put their hat into this ring. All right, y'all, peace out.